What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Breaker Bros. And tonight we're going to react to NFL mock drafts. But I guess first, we heard a little bit of news today.
Well, you heard it. I heard it
well,
from you, so.
Well, I believe it's true, but the NFL confirmed that NFL teams can now have 3 helmets. And I believe the Bengals have been kind of teasing this. And then if we look at the post on March 27th, they gave us some wallpapers that we could use. And I thought the first one was always kind of interesting because it's inverted, but I guess it does match their black jerseys, but I wouldn't necessarily, I don't know, because it's inverted, right? You wouldn't necessarily think that's the Bengals because you would normally have the orange background with the black stripes. So I don't know. To me, it's just like a subtle tease. I don't know how you feel about it.
No, I think, I mean, maybe you're onto something. Explain it more. So you think that what? Because they're showing it, that's going to be the third helmet, right?
Yeah.
It's like a tease of that. And then you thought there was something with like the Easter eggs?
Yeah, if you scroll up a little bit. We might have to stop and watch that Eclipse thing again because that was pretty funny.
Well, that's further up.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The Easter.
I thought maybe the eggs were kind of inverted, but it might, I don't know, that could just be my brain making me want to think that.
Like an optical illusion kind of thing?
Because you would think it would be more like orange based, right? And the stripes wouldn't be all the way around.
Yeah, I mean, this one isn't as convincing as the other one because to me it looks like someone just real quick in Photoshop just took orange eggs and scribbled some stripes on them.
I mean, that's definitely a possibility. I don't know. When I first looked at it, I was like, wait, aren't these eggs inverted? But then I think they're just...
Whatever member of the Brown family is in charge of the Twitter Photoshops. I
think it's Cousin Brown.
Yeah.
He doesn't have ownership in the team, but he does own the graphics.
He owns the graphics.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then we got some Eclipse news on the Bengals Twitter that you wanted to see again.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny.
I thought it was weird.
Well, do you know the backstory behind it?
No, actually, I don't. So maybe that's why I think it's weird.
So, like, he said if Jermaine Pratt re-signed, he would shave his head. So I don't know. I guess it has partly. I guess it's he's shaved already, but it was kind of like a big deal when he shaved his head because he said he was going to do it, and then he kind of like was trying to get out of it. Because I think most people at the time didn't think Pratt would come back, and then obviously he's on the defensive side. Because if you remember, I was kind of hoping Bell would be the one that we kept, and we actually lost both of our safeties that offseason. Yeah, well, don't get me wrong. Like I'm happy that we kept Pratt.
They unrang that bell, so.
Well, I mean, in the long run, it kind of worked out because essentially, what the Panthers.
I gotta turn this off. I can't look at it anymore.
Well, the Panthers are technically paying for Bell, the majority of his salary, because I think basically the Bengals are paying the minimum or whatever it is for the veteran.
I gotcha.
So I think it's just a little bit over $1 million.
So the Bengals and Von Bell conspired to get Von Bell paid, but still play for the Bengals.
Well, I think the one thing that the Bengals, I don't know if you want to say do well, but they don't really sign outrageous. Well, I wouldn't say outrageous, but they don't typically go crazy with contracts. Unless you're like a receiver or a quarterback on the team, they're willing to dish out the money.
Fiscally responsible.
Right. So I think in the long run, I think it gives you more opportunities to do these type of moves. So I don't know. I feel like it worked out in a sense, but
okay.
All right, I guess so. The first mock we're reacting to is
transitioning to mock drafts.
Yes.
So we're gonna react to other people's work, and then we'll probably do it ourselves, but do it better. Right? Is that the plan?
Well, I think we would be a little bit more accurate. I think the thing that they might have an advantage of is these professional analysts is that,
They just go to the teams and say, "Hey, man, who you picking?"
well,
I
yeah,
won't
they
tell
probably have a
anybody.
little bit more insider
I
information
won't
to a
tell
certain
anybody.
extent.
I for sure won't put it on the internet.
Well, I think they have a better idea of as far as the overall pulse of the NFL. So
Well,
I
I
think
feel like,
they,
but they're getting lied to, right? Like if Daniel if say you're the Chargers, and Daniel Jeremiah says, "Hey, man, who you picking?" Aren't you going to tell them who you're not going to pick?
no, I can see that, but I mean,
Now's like this is like when all the professional liars come out from the franchise and they just like find a draft guy to lie to get the noise out there, right?
yeah, but I think overall they keep up with more teams, so they would also have more of an idea of what other teams like. So there may be players that we definitely really like that
Yeah,
probably
I
won't
mean,
be available.
if you really want to know who teams are going to pick, what we need to do is after the combine, we need to go to Indianapolis and we need to go to the St. Elmo's, right? And we need to talk to all the waiters. Be like, all right, who's, you know, who are the Bengals picking, right? Because I mean, there's like the one famous restaurant in Indianapolis. That's like where all the teams hang out, right?
You think a lot of football fans would work at those type of places, or maybe
Mm,
not?
maybe
Probably
not.
50-50.
It would be hard because I would think that like maybe you had to bring like pictures of like coaches in front office. Do you see this guy? Is he a good tipper? Who they're picking? All right. So Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft 3.0. So I think he just did the first round. So I guess we'll just kind of scroll through it. Anything jump out to you? Seems like Caleb Williams, everybody thinks he's the guy that's going to get picked first.
Yeah, I mean, unless they trade out, which I doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, definitely not because they have already traded Justin Fields. So I mean, that's pretty much a signal that they're going to take a quarterback.
Yeah.
And if you're first overall, you might as well take who you believe or the consensus best quarterback, which should be Caleb Williams. I don't think there's any. I think where it becomes more of a question is who's going to be second, third, or even the fourth quarterback picked in the first round.
Yeah.
Maybe fifth. I don't know. I
Yeah.
know. Is it JJ McCarthy? Is that the quarterback?
I think he's going to get picked high. I think he's for sure going to be a first rounder.
Definitely a top 15, right? I don't know about top 10.
Top
You think
10.
top 10? So you think
Yeah.
4 quarterbacks are going to get picked in the top 10?
I think maybe even 5 will go in the top 15. I like the guy from Washington.
Hey,
I keep forgetting his name. Penix.
If
I think
5
Penix-
quarterbacks get picked in
Penix
the
is
top
my favorite
15, that
quarterback in
means
the
the
draft,
Bengals
but-
essentially have a top 13 pick.
Yeah. But I could see Penix going before the Bengals pick as well.
Yeah, I think the quarterbacks you kind of have to watch
Yeah,
out are the
look at
ones
this.
that they're
Look,
not really talking about.
Jeremiah's got
Wow.
Williams, May,
Okay,
Daniels,
that's-
then JJ McCarthy. Bang, bang, bang.
Wait, hold up. Did the Minnesota Vikings trade up in his draft, or
Yeah.
do they have the 4th pick? Oh yeah, projected trade with. Okay, yeah, that's what I
Cardinals.
thought. I didn't think Minnesota was there.
And then Jets with Marvin Harrison.
I don't agree with that though. I think
You don't agree with what? A trade? Trading
Yeah,
in mock
'cause-
drafts is kind of like cheating, right?
well, I mean,
That's like playing Madden in like easy mode, right?
yeah, but like if you're Minnesota though, like how many picks are you going to have to give up to get a quarterback? Like it would have to be at least 2 first rounders, like your current first round plus the next.
Yeah. No, I mean, because they pick 8. So, I mean, they would have to really prefer McCarthy. I mean, I could see it. I mean, teams do stuff like that. Whether
I don't
or not
know.
they
If I'm the
do,
Vikings,
don't
I would
know.
just hope Penix drops to you, right?
Well,
and
yeah,
trading-
or McCarthy, right? Who else wants
Yeah.
McCarthy? Like who are they bidding against to get this pick, right? Because
Well,
Cardinals can't pick quarterback.
We'll scroll down a little bit. There should be
Jets aren't.
Jets
gonna
are not
pick.
good. Yeah,
Maybe the Giants. Would
Giants.
pick a
Yeah,
quarterback.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
You would have to because I could see the Giants taking like a McCarthy or maybe
Yeah.
even
But
whoever.
I guess outside of the quarterbacks, nothing earth shattering here. This is kind of like what you would expect.
You know what seems
names
more
you're
likely
seeing.
though? This is my prediction
Mm-hmm.
to prevent the Vikings from jumping all the way up, I can see the Jets or not the Giants trading up with the Cardinals.
Yeah, so basically the bidding war would be between the Giants. I could see the Falcons taking a quarterback as well.
Yeah. Well, no, they just signed no, because didn't they give the ex-Vikings quarterback a bunch of money? So I doubt
they have Cousins now.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You like that?
I do like it. I wish
I don't know.
wish
I
we'd
guess
get my soundboard working again. I need to take out a GoFundMe and upgrade. I think I need to get one of those Switch things, right? Like those dual input mixer things. I think Stream Deck makes Elgato makes one now, but
I'm sure there's a way.
there's a way. It's just,
I guess the Vikings make more sense to trade with because if you're the Cardinals, right, you're gonna want as much draft capital, and if the Vikings are trading that far up, then they would have to give more than what the Giants would have to give. But then again, if you can get like another first rounder from the Giants, then that would work too because you still get the 6th pick, and you might still get that receiver that you're looking for the Cardinals. Whoa. Can you go up a little bit? Oh, so the Bears have 2 picks in the top 10? Yeah, that's right. Okay. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So they haven't taken another receiver? I just don't see that.
I could see him taking a receiver. I don't know about. I don't know why everybody's so high on Adunze.
Because he's like physical. He's really good at.
I don't know. I just remember watching
contested catches.
Watching Washington play. Yeah, because he can't get open. It's like, yeah, he needs to make contested catches.
No, you're thinking of the other guy.
I feel like both of them, man.
No, we didn't watch it, Odunze, because remember the top like 3 or 4 receivers we didn't look at because we're.
No. I mean, I watched the game. I watched Washington play Oregon, and I watched Washington play. I don't think I watched Michigan. I think I watched the Washington-Oregon game. I'm like Penix is just dotting dudes, and like they're not open. They're like double teamed. They don't even have a step on a guy, and he's just hitting them in stride. That's why I like Penix. But
I don't know. But it's the Bears. You know they love defensive players, so I can see them taking someone on the defensive side before they take another offensive player.
Yeah,
but that's just me.
Here's another trade.
And then Fuaga, all with the Jets.
Bowers at 12.
I don't know. If Bowers gets down to 14, maybe 13, I think 12 is still a little bit too high. I think the Bengals may consider trading up to get him.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think it's more 13, 14 range. I think 12 might be a little bit too rich
to me for the Broncos because I feel like Sean Payton usually goes like big guys in the first round. You know what I mean? Like they usually go like defensive line.
Wait, who's their quarterback?
I don't know.
See, they make sense for like a Penix if the draft goes.
Penix going 13. That makes sense. Fashanu. Wow. Saints have 2 picks? Or I'm confusing myself. Started talking about Sean Payton and I started thinking about Saints players. So.
Corner. Is that the first corner? Quinnen?
Yeah.
Quinyon?
15 feels late for a corner.
I don't know. I feel like that's about right. Maybe.
Usually, like the top corner goes in the top 10. But I mean, there are a lot of quarterbacks going in the top 10, so maybe that's what.
Yeah, I think that's what's kind of messing everything up as far as like the top 10. Yeah. It's not even really the top 10 anymore. Wow, Latham. Okay.
Yeah, I could see that. I like this J.C. Latham.
Latham is not as bad of a pick when you think like he's only. I think he's still only 21. Like he's really young.
Yeah, this is the one that surprises me is Brian Thomas, because I thought he tested like super well. Like wasn't he like. Had like a crazy workout, the combine.
Yeah, see the thing is I still think they take Mims over Latham.
Yeah, either one I'm fine with.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be mad at either one.
And then is Newton the first defensive tackle all the way at 28?
No, Murphy was taking.
Murphy. Gotcha, 27.
I think Murphy goes higher.
That feels late.
Matter of fact. Well, I don't know. The Bears might be set at defensive tackle, but that just seems like a Bears type player, Murphy. He's still giving them Adana Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So wait, did he have Worthy picked in the first?
No. He says that other people think that maybe Worthy.
Yeah, see, I think if you're the Chiefs, you pick Worthy over Mitchell, right?
Well, he says they signed Hollywood Brown.
I guess, yeah, but
I don't think that's how the Chiefs roll. I think that they would take the faster guy over.
yeah, and plus he can return
they
kicks.
It's like every receiver they have is like elite speed. I mean, like,
Well, this guy's actually pretty fast too. It's not like he's slow or anything, but obviously you would take the faster person. So I understand what you're saying, but I think Mitchell also ran. Didn't he run like a 4.3?
I don't know.
I guess I could look it
You're
up.
in charge of looking that up.
All right,
I'm gonna pull up the next mock draft. You're in charge of speed numbers from the combine.
40 time. I felt like it was pretty fast. I'm fairly confident it was a 4.3 because I was like, what? Yeah, it was a 4.34. So that's actually still pretty damn fast. So I guess that makes.
I guess it's negligible. Okay, so same. So they have Caleb Williams. So now we're looking at Lance Zierlein.
Okay.
Mock draft. Caleb Williams at 1. He's got Jay.
There's the Giants
before Drake May, but he has the Giants trading up. That's weird.
I don't know. I have a feeling the Patriots are going to take May.
And he has the Vikings trading up to get JJ McCarthy.
Isn't that what Jeremiah? Yeah, didn't he have that too?
Uh-huh.
That's crazy. Okay, well they must be hearing something, but that could be smoke screens, kind of like what you're saying.
Yeah, and they got like Joe Alt, Jared Verse, kind of same.
It's very similar, yeah, because Dunze to the Bears.
And then Brock Bowers to the Jets.
See, I actually feel like the Jets are going to take Mims.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, that makes sense because it's like, it just seems like what the Jets would do. You take the freak player at that position that's really athletic. There you go, Murphy. I think Murphy is definitely a top 15 pick.
Yeah, I would say that like the first defensive tackle is probably going to come off the board somewhere in this range, 13 through 15. I'd say 12 through 15.
So they give the Raiders J.C. Latham. I could see that.
Sure, why not? I don't even know who's in charge of the Raiders now.
Well, I just know their most recent tackle that they had, Raiders, he signed with a different team, so they don't really have. Okay. So this pick, I like him. I remember watching his film.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's projected to play guard, but he seems like he's really aggressive and he's mean. I want someone mean on the line, offensive line. But I felt the same way about Fuaga. I felt the same way about Mims. Was really, I think about Mims is that he made the position look easy, and that's what I really like about him. I think the biggest question mark would be the limited snaps and injuries, but I feel like you just kind of have to take the chance at this point.
Yeah.
So they gave Buffalo Mitchell. Okay, that makes sense.
This makes a ton of sense. You feel like the Bills have to pick a wide receiver, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't
Yeah, that makes sense. I could see Mitchell going to the Bills
because they traded. They just traded what's his face,
or Worthy. Worthy makes sense too. I mean, they both make sense at their speeds. You have 4.21 and the 4.34. I mean, that's crazy.
Did they not trade away their receiver to the?
Yeah, they did. They traded Diggs. So
they traded Diggs and they got rid of Gabe Davis. Who are their receivers?
That tight end.
Interesting strategy, isn't it?
Well, I mean, you have Josh Allen, who can throw 80 yards. So you put it really fast.
To somebody.
Well, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I get why they're picking like this pick makes sense. Him or Worthy.
It totally makes sense. But they gotta take a receiver.
Yeah.
They probably have to take. a receiver in the second round too, right?
I think they feel pretty comfortable that the guy that they probably want in the first round is going to drop to him. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have traded Diggs.
I don't know, man. That's you would think they would have kept at least one of those dudes.
I think that Cooper was it Dejean?
Yeah.
Dejean or whatever his name is. I think he goes higher actually because he's like very athletic. I feel like he's got a pretty high athletic score.
Mm-hmm.
So I can actually see him going to the top 20.
Yeah.
They gave them Lad McConkey to the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can see that. He's.
I like him. I wouldn't be upset if the Bengals got him in the second round.
Yeah, no, I mean he's a 4.4 guy. I think. Here, I'm gonna double check because he tested faster than what I thought he was gonna do.
I just want to see Lad McConkey jerseys in Cincinnati. I think that would be cool.
Okay, never mind. He ran a 4.59.
Oh, really? I'm out on him. I'm out. All right. Charles Davis. See what he's got. What? Caleb Williams going 1? Dude. Drake May, Jaden Daniels, Marvin Harrison Jr. This makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
Why would the Cardinals trade 4? Didn't get Marvin
You would trade
Harrison
4
Jr.
if, again, someone's trying to trade up and they want that quarterback and they're willing to give you like 2 first-rounders and probably something else to get him. So I kind of understand that, but I mean, I think it would be really hard for them to pass up on Marvin Harrison Jr. I feel like I feel like they're gonna stay put.
If you can get like a really good receiver, as the Bengals know, it's pretty good, especially if you have a quarterback. You know, I mean, we're not huge Kyler Murray fans, or I'm not a huge Kyler Murray fan, but they're paying him like he's the top quarterback, so you got to get him somebody to throw it to.
Neighbors to Chargers, I could see that.
So Joe Alt is, for the one thing we know looking at all these, Joe Alt is definitely not going to go to the Titans, right? How is it possible that everybody has Joe Alt going to the Titans? I can see the Titans picking a quarterback.
No, I think they go offensive line because I feel like they have a hole there.
They also have a hole at quarterback.
Well, I feel like the guy that they drafted last year, he did decent.
Mm-hmm. But also got the coach fired.
Well,
I'm just saying they got Brian Callahan now. I can see them. I can see him going quarterback. Because
I mean,
it's like
traditionally that's kind of what you do.
Will Levis is not Callahan's guy, right?
Yeah.
And if I could see it, like if it goes this way, like you got 2 guys left. You got McCarthy and, or am I doing that right? Is McCarthy already gone? No.
No.
You can get JJ McCarthy, or you could get Penix.
Penix, yeah.
And you got the world believing that you're going to draft Joe Alt, man. You do whatever you want now.
I mean, if that's what happens, then it's almost for sure that the Bengals are going to take a tackle, right? Right tackle.
I would think so, yeah.
Bowers to Jets again.
Yeah, I think Mel Kiper had Bowers to the Jets as well.
I guess Aaron Rodgers makes sense. I mean, give him another weapon.
There you go. DeJean all the way up at 15.
Well, I heard there was rumors that the Colts were possibly going to trade up to get Bowers. They seem to be pretty high on Bowers.
I can see that.
There's Penix.
Picking defensive tackle.
Newton. Okay.
I don't know.
Like it just depends on who's available if they were to pick him. If there's like,
whoa,
oh, Knicks, what?
That's 6 quarterbacks in the first round, right?
That's crazy.
We've been doing this a lot. Steelers with Jackson Powers Johnson, Latham. I feel like the Eagles Eagles seem to have had a recent run of picking Georgia guys. I would think that they would take Mims over. Yeah.
Ooh, Braden.
You got
Fisk?
Fisk all the way up in the first round.
That this must be old because they just signed Reader.
The Lions?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But I don't think this. Well, I don't know. I don't know when this was published. But I think the Reader thing happened a long time ago. This is March 28th. Well after the Reader stuff.
Wait, who did he give the Bills?
Brian Thomas.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yeah,
That would work out really well
I
for
like
them.
Both I like both of LSU's receivers. I think they're both really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how good they are. And you got Mims going to the Chiefs.
That would suck.
Why? It doesn't matter.
Well, if he plays really well, it's gonna suck.
The NFL lets the Chiefs hold.
I guess that's
Who cares
true.
if they pick offensive lineman in the first round? That's dumb by them. If they're allowed to hold, they should get the crappiest offensive line they can get, right?
I mean, yeah, I think they definitely go receiver too, or possibly running back. I know, because it's gonna get to the point where they're gonna have to pay.
There's no running backs in any of. We've looked at 3 mock drafts and we haven't seen a running back.
I have a weird feeling that Benson's gonna go late in the first. I could be wrong. I feel like he's definitely a second round pick, but I feel like it would make sense that he would go to the Chiefs. At least from my perspective.
Yeah.
Maybe even the 49ers.
I don't know. I mean, I think running backs are getting paid so little now that the math is like, is it better to franchise or to do a 5th-year option, right? Or like the delta for the 5th-year option and the franchise tag so low that you're better off picking like, offensive line or, higher paid positions, right? Wide receiver. And
that makes sense. I get that. I mean, that would make sense to me as to why.
Option price for a, never mind. You're just in charge of speed.
For a running back, I think it's like it's gotta be close to 10 million.
Okay, so we're looking at the Pete Prisco.
Okay.
CBS. And I picked Pete Prisco because of all the P's. Actually, it was like the second one that came up on Google. What? Caleb Williams 1, Jane Daniels 2.
There's McCarthy.
McCarthy 3. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison Jr. 4. Like, to me, that's like the
yeah, there must be something going on with the Vikings. They must be calling around because there's several people. Was that 3 out of the 4 so far that have the Vikings trading up to get a quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes sense because their quarterback left, so they're kind of in a need. So
yeah. Be interesting. Can't remember what Harbaugh did when he was with the 49ers. Did they trade down a lot? I don't remember.
I can't remember.
I just like I mean, it's cute to trade down and everything, but like the receivers are so good, right? Like, why would you trade out? I mean, I guess they're going down.
I think some of these things 11? With the quarterbacks is kind of smoke screens.
Well, they might be calling, but like say you're the Chargers, wouldn't you rather get like the second best wide receiver in this draft? Like, the wide receivers are really good.
Like, I get quarterbacks is important having that position, but I mean, I just feel like some of the receivers are really good. You're passing up some but elite I'm just tackles.
Saying, like, if you're the Chargers, though, you already have a quarterback. What you don't have is receiver.
Right.
Like, Mike Williams left, right? And they traded Keenan Allen, so they have like no receivers.
Yeah, you would think they're probably going to go for a receiver.
Yeah, I mean, like, wouldn't you? It'd be hard to get me to trade.
All again for.
Okay. Hmm. I don't know about all that. Malik Neighbors.
Well, it's also one of those things where it wouldn't surprise me if Alt goes a little bit before that too. Like,
Where?
well, wasn't the Chargers the 5th pick?
Yeah.
I could see the Chargers taking Alt.
Really? I thought they had a tackle. I thought their offensive line was actually pretty decent.
I don't know. I mean, again, probably smoke screens, but I do remember
Well, look,
Harbaugh talking
how
about.
many like Adunze is like every single mock we looked at has him going to Chicago, and like Dallas Turner to Atlanta seems to be pretty consistent too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's jumping out right now. Bowers pick 15. You said that you heard the Colts were interested in him.
Yeah, I think if he gets that far down, they're going to trade up the Bengals.
Ah,
There you go,
Bengals,
Murphy.
Byron Murphy.
I don't mind that pick, but again, if Mims is on the board, then I don't necessarily love it. But I also understand the need. But I think the fact that they gave Brown that $4 million contract, which is it really doesn't seem that much at all.
No.
And it was only for 1 year, so it almost suggests that they're looking more towards offensive tackle than defensive tackle, even though those are both pretty big needs, I would say, like because we need depth on defensive line, and then we need to solidify something on the right side of the line.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like Mims has always made a lot of sense to me. I get why there's question marks, but the fact that we have Brown, it makes you want to take Mims even more.
Well, he fits with what the Bengals do, right? Or want, right? They like the big guys, so. Right?
Mm-hmm. So who did the Chargers
either
pick?
that or Latham.
Brian Thomas Jr.
Or Guyton. Any of these. I just feels like this is the year to get a tackle.
Oh, yeah. Especially in the first round.
Oh, Graham Barton snuck into the first round.
I've heard a little buzz with him because he's another one of those. It would be funny if the Bengals actually picked him because it kind of goes back to what you were talking about where they love those players that can play guard and tackle.
Yeah.
And he's like kind of like that mold. Wiggins to the Chiefs. What? I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, because didn't they just trade? Yeah, they traded their corner. I think this is more likely than a receiver or a running back. I think them getting a corner makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Now this is the PFF mock draft.
Okay.
So
Cale Williams, Drake May, Daniels,
Harrison, Neighbors. See, though, this makes tons of sense, right?
There we go. So Giants take
Joel
all.
Alt. Snagged them.
But who's the Giants quarterback right now? Is it still
Danny Dimes, man?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could take a quarterback.
I think they should take a quarterback. But what do I know? Again, Adunze to the Bears.
They gave Bowers the Jets again.
Yeah.
Seems to be a very popular pick.
Patriots, J.J. McCarthy. What? This doesn't make any damn sense.
It's funny because the other mock just had him picking at 4th with no trade. So like that's a win-win for them. They trade down and still get their guy.
Like, I guess, man. But if you really wanted J.J. McCarthy, you would trade down 8 picks.
I could see them taking like a Jaden Daniels instead of McCarthy.
No, I'm not saying this. I'm saying like, if you're New England, why would you make this trade?
No, that's what I'm saying. I think New England just stays put and just takes Daniels instead of trading down to get
if
McCarthy.
they like McCarthy more, they would take McCarthy. You know what I mean? Like they gotta like one better than the other, right?
Yeah, I think if you're the third pick and you have a particular quarterback that you want, you don't risk not
Right,
getting
you
that
just pick the
quarterback.
guy that you
Yeah,
like.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, like, why have a scouting department? Why not just like just do what the internet says then?
I think the first four, maybe even five picks are fairly. Well, I don't know. The Chargers seem to be 50-50 where people think they're going to trade out.
Mm-hmm.
But I think actually, honestly, it makes more sense to me that the Chargers stay put and that they take Alt.
What? I thought.
Hold on. Let me
Didn't I
just look real quick.
convince you that the Chargers have a good offensive line, and they need receivers.
Well, I mean, if you're getting an elite receiver, then I can see why you go that route. I get it, but also, kind of like the Bengals, don't you want to protect your elite quarterback? Like,
Yeah, but I think they already have a good offensive line.
hold on, let me see who their tackles are.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So their left tackle,
Mm-hmm.
Rashawn Slater,
Yeah.
and then the right tackle, Trey Pipkins. Do you even know who that is?
Yeah.
I've never heard of him.
Let's see here. Pipkins. Okay. Rashawn Slater.
Yeah, I think yeah,
ranked
he's good.
17. Pipkins is ranked 50th.
Yeah, I can see him taking Alt. To me, that makes more sense.
Okay. That
But that's
makes
just
more
me.
sense than getting a receiver when you have no receivers.
Wait, hold on, let me see the receivers.
They have no receivers. They got like Josh something or other.
Josh Palmer,
Yeah.
Quentin Johnson.
Uh-huh.
Wait, they have Hayden Hurst?
Okay.
I didn't realize that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, but it doesn't mean they can't take a receiver in the second round. They're going to be high.
Hey,
Well, listen to this.
Right. You might be right.
They might be in a position to take Alt in the first round and then Worthy in the second. Or McConkey or whatever his name is.
Well, yeah. But I mean, if you, but they don't have a number one. Their top two receivers left.
Yeah, I guess receiver makes a little bit more sense. I
mean, don't you love receivers?
I do.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, on the flip side, they could get a right tackle in the second round, right?
But they have Alt going to the Giants. Okay, maybe that makes more sense.
Fuaga going to the Titans.
That's okay. That's the first time Alt didn't go to the Titans, so that's
I think
nice.
it was the second time. I think Fuaga in the last one also went to
The Titans?
Yeah.
I thought he went to the
Yeah, see,
Yeah, you might be
mixing
right.
it up. They got Latu going to the Falcons,
I think someone else had that too.
but again, Rome Odunze to the Bears.
And then Bowers again to the Jets.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot of people have the Jets either taking Bowers or Fuaga. And then again McCarthy
See, like,
to the
I don't know, man. I guess I just see everything different than what they're saying about Penix.
But it does feel like the Bengals might have a shot at Fashanu. That'd be crazy. Because at first, when we started this whole mock draft process, it seemed like he was like a consensus top 10 pick. And then all these quarterbacks start rising.
Yeah. And they got Byron Murphy again to the Bengals.
Yeah, I mean, to me, not a bad pick, but yeah, I'm still taking Mims over him.
Yeah. Well, they got Dallas Turner going 19. No.
That'd be crazy.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, look, the Patriots traded back into the first to get Mitchell. That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, we do it too sometimes when we mock it, but I just feel like it's kind of cheating when you like do a mock draft and then you have all these trades.
Latham to the Ravens.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Well, now I want them. The Ravens want them.
Wow. And the Kansas City Chiefs get Brian Thomas. That would be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it feels like he's fallen a little bit.
Well, on this board, I don't know. I don't like this. I give, hey, PFF, I give your mock draft a C-. All right. So now we got Bleacher Report, 3 rounds.
Ooh. They definitely know what they're talking about then. They're doing 3 rounds.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, going 1. There you go.
Yeah.
Shock the world. Caleb Williams 2 to the Commanders. Isn't he? He's like from that area, right? That'd be cute. Jaden Daniels to the Patriots. Marvin Harrison. Man, they got.
There we go.
Scrolling here.
That's a little different.
Yeah.
But it fits your narrative where they need that true number 1 receiver, so
yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think they get him. He's too slow. Actually, I don't know how fast he is, but he didn't seem fast in the Oregon game.
Fairly confident Neighbors is actually faster, so
yeah. But I mean, you look at like how Michigan was built. Like all their skill dudes are like fast, right? Like all their receivers seem like they're like 4.3 guys. Joe Alt back to his home in Tennessee.
There you go. There's your corner in the top 10.
Yeah, there's Fasciano in the top 10. Bowers to the Jets.
Bowers to the Jets.
I
mean, it makes sense. I mean, he's, to me, definitely a top 10 player. It's just crazy how the NFL goes crazy over quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Latham go to the Raiders quite a bit. Him or Fuaga.
Mm-hmm. Brian Thomas to the Bengals in the first round. That would be insane.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like that at all.
I don't know. 4.3, 6.3, 209.
I mean, if we
crazy.
happen to trade T at some point, then yeah.
Tell you what, this mock draft has some. I like how it's laid out.
Yeah,
scrolling,
it feels more realistic actually.
But it's cool to see the pictures.
I think it was Trap Robinson. Yeah, I feel like he's definitely a first runner.
I think all these mock drafts have the edge guys way too low.
Yeah,
I mean, edge rushers are way too valuable to be getting. Chop Robinson 26. They had what's his face going like in the 20s. I think those guys are going to get snapped up quick.
Yeah, I feel like 5 quarterbacks in the top 15 seems kind of crazy to me. Okay, they gave. Oh wait, never mind. Oh wow. Okay.
Second round. Oh, no pictures.
So Bo Nix.
Wow, they got Adonai Mitchell all the way at 44. Xavier Worthy, 46.
Wow, that's really close. Oh, there you go.
And the
Braden
Bengals taking
Fisk.
Braden Fisk.
I love that.
I feel like we've done that before. Receiver in the first round and then Fisk in the second round.
Really? We taking a receiver in the first? I'm sure. I mean, we've done so many mocks.
Worthy or whatever. Yeah.
No, I think the high was to take Worthy was in the second.
They've got Penix all the way as a third rounder.
Nah. He's definitely a second rounder.
And then they got Bengals getting Christian Mahogany, which I mean, it's possible that they could do that, right? If you buy that they're like confident in Trent Brown.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is a draft where, okay, if you don't,
it's like your Trent Brown confidence index, right? If you are like 100% confident that like Trent Brown solves right tackle, then yeah, why not pick a wide receiver in the first round, defensive tackle second round, guard third round, right? I'm not sold on it, but if they do it, then you know why, right? There's some logic to it.
Bengals, Theo Johnson.
Theo Johnson in the second, third round pick.
Yeah. Our last third round pick. But
yeah.
I mean, I think one of our third round picks is probably going to be that running back. And then the other third round is going to just be one of the combinations of offensive linemen.
Running back they have in the draft there, 58.
I don't know. It just feels like he's going to go much higher than that. I can't. It's hard to watch this film and think that he's going to last that long. Because it's like, I think a good comparable player is like Breece Hall. It's like, you can get a Breece Hall. Like, I get why, to your point, why you would wait until the second round, because in terms of value, it's better like to get a more premier position in the first to have that fifth year option.
Third round. I mean, to me, if you think the guy's gonna start and be productive, then I don't see any reason why you wouldn't take him in the second round. First round, you do have the fifth year option kind of playing, part of it, right? Because that's like crucial for like a quarterback or a wide receiver, like for the Bengals, right? Think of how, like, what that did to have that extra year of like medium contract. All right.
Yeah, this mock was weird because I liked the picks for the other teams, but not so much with the Bengals.
Well, I mean, we just didn't like the first round pick.
We liked
the third round picks, right?
Well, I didn't like the interior offensive lineman.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't high on Mahogany.
I feel like you still take the best available tackle in the second round if you don't take him in the first.
I don't think they had many tackles left, but we're already past that. This is like full public versus PFF board. You ready to go?
Let's do it. Wow.
Hey, dream scenario. Pull the trigger, right?
Yeah, I mean that would be the only player I would realistically take over some of these tackles if they're not available.
There's like a dozen tackles went between when we picked.
Well, there's that Kingsley. He seems to be a pretty popular pick, especially in the second round.
Whew.
Scroll down a little bit. Or can you just filter the tackles?
Yeah, we got to take him.
I don't think it's necessarily that bad of a trade off. Maybe you even wait until the third based off of how the board is, but
I don't think so. I did not like
huh,
the tackle options after you have him and the guy from Yale that we just loved watching.
oh, okay. Oh, wow. Huh. This one's tough for me because I see the two I want,
Who you
Corley and
going?
Benson.
Worley? Oh,
Uh,
Corley.
yeah, you didn't like that guy.
He just
At it.
looks slow. I like Benson though. Except if Benson's available, I think the other back is available. Yeah, you could already
Right?
pick a backs. I guess not.
No,
Guy
he
from
was already
Tennessee's
picked.
gone. Oh,
Yeah.
he just got picked ahead of us.
Okay.
So let's just go Benson.
Yeah.
So far we've picked all offense. Oh look, Corley's available at 97.
Can you see where the defensive tackles are ranked right now? Oh, okay. Michael Hall Jr. Okay, that. Okay, do me a favor. Filter out the receivers real quick. I just want to see what's on the board.
Not much.
Man, there's Taj Washington. He seems like Luke McCaffrey. I don't know. I feel like at this point, because we waited so long, I feel like we kind of have to take Hall, the defensive tackle, out of Ohio State.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick, but
Because he's young and he's got like a really good athletic score.
there's a few guys. You got Hall, Carter, Leonard Taylor. We liked McKinley Jackson even.
Yeah. I mean, we can double dip at tackle if we need to, but or defensive tackle.
I like Hall.
Yeah, I think that's a solid. There's like some, I guess, consensus that he may even be a second round pick, like a late second round pick. Hall, just the way he tested was so good. Wait, is this the fourth round?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like the fourth round for me is reserved for Kinter or Zenter. Sorry,
Zinter.
if he's still there, which
I think he is. I bet you we can get him in 5.
I don't know. I always feel like 5 is too late, but
Yeah, they have
160. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, maybe we go tight end.
We already picked tight end.
No, we didn't.
Pick Brock Bowers.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
I was thinking edge. I think this Solomon guy. I've seen him go like second round even. So
Okay. Let's do that. Hopefully we can get Zinter.
we'll get Zinter in the. See?
Oh yeah.
Bang. Look at us.
I mean, if we don't get an A+ out of this mock, then I'm gonna be very disappointed. Have we taken our receiver yet?
No.
I think we go for gold. I feel like that was the guy that ran a 4.3.
Okay. Well, you're in charge of speed numbers. You should have it at your fingertips.
All right, hold on.
Because I thought we liked Marcus Harris. Is that
Who?
true? The Auburn tackle? Or is there multiple Auburn tackles?
It's probably just the one. Wait, what was that guy's name again? Gold?
Gould?
Oh, Anthony. Yeah, he ran a 4.39.
All right. Yeah, because we already got a running back. So. We're around 6.
haven't taken a corner yet, have we?
No.
Can you scroll up? Was there one?
Josh Wallace.
Oh, I mean, Jalen Ford also makes sense to me. Linebacker. I feel like we do need to take a linebacker at some point. There's Daquan Hardy.
Don't know him. Plays corner.
I mean, yeah, that's best available corner. That's kind of what I was looking at. So this is the last pick.
Yeah.
Maybe
Every
we
time
go.
I see Kenny Logan Jr., I read it as Kenny Loggins.
Huh. Is there any like decent punters we can take? I mean, Eric All's not there anymore, so
No, he's a fast riser.
crazy how much he got. Well, on PFF side, like other. Oh, they have both punters. I've seen. Was it McNamara? Yeah. Is it McNamara? Yeah. Or Troy Taylor. I take one of those two punters.
I take Troy Taylor. I feel
Okay.
like, or Tory Taylor.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Tory Taylor.
I feel like if you're the Iowa punter, you've got a lot of experience.
Plus, we gotta get that Iowa player, right? If we can't get the tight end, let's get the punter.
That's right. I feel good about the Iowa punter. What? Are they're dinging us for picking Trey Benson over Spencer Rattler? Bro.
What?
That's insane.
Yeah, that's
Why would
stupid.
the Bengals take Spencer Rattler
Yeah, it makes no sense at all.
in the third round? Like that's insane. He would be third on the depth chart.
Yeah.
Like you don't pick your.
I mean, if I'm going to take
someone's-
any quarterback in this draft, like obviously you wouldn't take him in the first or second day, right?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you get the dude from Tennessee that can throw it 80 yards? You know what I mean?
Like the elite physical guy, and hope that you're the one guy.
Why
that
do they
teach him
hate
how to
Benson
play
so
cool.
much? I'm confident he's not even going to be there in the third round, and they gave us a C.
Yeah, I know. We picked him at 80, and they're like, "Oh, that's not good value. We have him ranked at 86."
I think they have him extremely undervalued. Like I get he's a running back. To your point, they don't get paid that much. So I mean,
Hey, we
But-
got an A- though.
I think this is our best draft so
This
far.
looks new. I don't remember seeing ranking of Bengals drafts.
So we got top 57%. It's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, A-. I'm fairly confident that's probably the best like graded draft that we had, right?
Yeah, at some point we'll have to go through our results.
No,
This is our 10th one.
I can't wait. Yeah, the draft is at the end of this month, so we're only like 2.5 weeks away.
Yeah.
So wait, we'll have two more streams before then. So we'll at least
Yeah.
have two more mocks. So I'm hoping like I'm interested to see like
One
which
thing I
mock we
will
actually
say
get
is
the most
that,
correct.
Like, I'd be willing to bet money that Zach Zinter is not a 5th rounder.
Oh yeah, I mean if you watch him play, if you're a team and you feel pretty confident about his medical, then he
And-
goes in the second day,
And I think the running backs like Trey Benson and
right?
Wright, I think those guys are 2nd round picks. I don't think
Yeah.
they're gonna last to the 3rd round.
No, I think you're right. I mean, look at who was it? It was for sure the Dolphins, and I feel like there was another team that had like explosive running backs, and just it might have been the 49ers. I just feel like if you can get a home run player in the backfield, it just makes your offense just way more dynamic. It puts the defense more on edge. And it's just like you watch Benson run, and it's just like I don't know how you cannot see Brees Hall. I mean, they're very similar. They have a little like shake to them, but that's not what they do. They literally run to the hole and they just run as fast as they can through it. You know what I mean? And I just feel like that's the type of running back you kind of want, especially on the Bengals. You know what I mean? That someone that just takes one cut and hits the hole. Yeah, it's weird how they don't like that pick. Like based off of what we had on the board. I mean, maybe we take Corley over
We should
Benson.
have taken Spencer Rattler.
That's insane. I almost feel like I need to take a screenshot of that because of how stupid that is. Like,
Well, we do have a record of it.
yeah, I mean that's true. That's. But I mean, can you go scroll down a little bit? Just trying to look at the board again. I feel like this is a pretty solid. Assuming, well, even if the extreme case, if like T Higgins gets traded somewhere between now and before the beginning of the season, the fact that we got Brock Bowers, right?
Mm-hmm.
He instantly becomes a reliable number 2 option. And as long as you have at least 2 decent options, whether it's like Chase, Bowers, and then whoever your third, like you can kind of sprinkle whoever you want for the third, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that big of a need, but still, like, say T Higgins is not traded, you have Bowers, T Higgins, and Chase.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. And then the best thing about Bowers, you can leave him in the whole game. He can block.
Oh,
He's got a
also
crazy run
Trey
after
Benson.
catch. But yeah, and you got Trey Benson. Like
This,
that would be phenomenal.
This makes the offense way more explosive.
And even Gold at 4-3. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, I think that's the type of pick that the Bengals will make. Like, you know, that's a fast athlete, a receiver, late round pick. I mean, that's.
yeah, I mean, it's just like, okay, well, if it works out, it works out. If not, then they could probably find some free agent veteran out there, right? Or maybe you bring back, because no one, yeah, what's going on with Boyd? I wonder if the draft doesn't go the way we think it's going to go, maybe we resign Boyd. Like it's crazy that he hasn't signed anywhere yet. So
I don't think it's crazy.
I mean, he's definitely good enough to be on a team now. Like he shouldn't have to wait.
I think it's exactly what you said. It's just the draft. There's so many receivers in the draft.
Right. I think a lot of teams are kind of like on pause. Yeah.
Like, we're going to take a receiver in the first round. So, but if the guy they want's not there, I have a feeling it won't take much longer than after the draft for Boyd to sign somewhere. Because I think he wants to get paid too. So he's not going to, if he was going to sign cheaply, he would already be signed. I think he wants to get paid a little.
Well, yeah, because I think there was talks between him and Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh seems like they're being really cheap about it. And he's like, nah. He was like, I'll wait it out.
Yeah.
But if you're the Bengals and you can bring him back for like $5 or $6 million a year, then why wouldn't you do that if you can't get the receiver that you think you need to get in the draft?
I think the die is cast, right? You drafted his replacement already.
Yeah.
Pick Charlie Jones. Charlie Jones is going to take a spot.
Yeah. Plus Charlie Jones and
Shavas.
Yeah, they're both faster. Like
yeah, so I mean they've already done that, right?
Because I think Boyd ran a 4.5, and I think both Yosavash and Charlie Jones were like a 4.4.
Yeah.
And of course, Boyd might be a little bit slower since he's been in the league for a little bit longer. But
but they also got the tight end that they talk about play slot, right?
Oh, Gesicki?
Yeah. I just think they've moved on.
Trying to figure out what his 40 time, but I can't even see where.
Who?
Boyd's.
Come on, man! You need to be faster with these speed.
Oh, here it is. I watched the film. Hold on.
Should only take you 4.5 seconds to finish the film.
It's not playing for some reason. Okay, here it is. Hold on, I gotta get through this 3-second ad.
Oh, jeez.
All right, here we go.
Ad to video ratio is just way off. 3 seconds of ad for 4.540.
Yeah, he ran a 4.59.
Yeah, I thought you said that already.
Well, it was just off of memory, because I kind of remember thinking like And then yeah, he ran a 4.59 and the 4.61. Okay, so
Yeah, so he's basically Lad McConkey.
yeah. Whoop. Spilt my beer.
Uh-oh.
It's all right. As long as it's not on my computer, it'll be fine.
Okay.
The alcohol will kill the germs, so we're all good. Or make it grow faster. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on. It was Charlie James.
I think he was 4.3.
No, I think he's a 4.4.
I'm gonna say 4.35.
4.43.
Ah.
Before I even look, I want to say Yosevich was a 4.45.
I think it's 4.5.
No, I think it's a 4.4. Well, you might be right. But
I
I'm
think
thinking 4.45.
It's just because he's so big that, you know, it makes a big difference, right? Because he's like 6'3", 6'4", right?
Yeah, no, it's kind of crazy because no, he ran a 4.43.
Oh, same speed.
Yeah. That was one thing I remember from last year. I was like, oh, okay, I see why they drafted them. They're fast. That is like the one thing that essentially hurts them in the playoffs. The last time
they have not drafted a slow position or skill player.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
everybody they're drafting is fast.
Well, not true. The only exception to that would be Battle. I don't think he was ever.
He's safety.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's not necessarily.
I'm talking about like offensive guys, like
or corners. Receivers. Even our corners are really fast.
Yeah, the secondary is really fast. But I mean, you gotta put an asterisk by safety. I don't think that.
Well, I think they like Battle in the sense that
Alabama, he's got to be at least a 4.5 guy, right?
Hold on. It wouldn't surprise me if he's a 4.6. No, 4.55. That's pretty good speed.
Yeah,
that's the same as our nickel corner, Hilton. I think Hilton ran a 4.5. Mm-hmm. I think that's like kind of like your limit. You don't want them to be any slower than that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Bell. Von Bell, I'm not sure if he's that fast.
Yeah. But you're talking about like, he might have been. He was a first round pick, wasn't he?
Second round pick.
Second round.
Oh, I didn't know he went to Ohio State.
Yeah. So he's probably pretty elite athletically if he was a second round safety.
Well, that in Von. Oh, no, they said he ran a 4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of like your limit. You don't want someone any slower than that. Which, in reality, it's not really slow, but in NFL terms, it's not the fastest. Or I think you'd be very vulnerable if you had like a DB that ran a 4.6 or. I don't even think it's
because like if a good tight end runs 4.6, right? So if your safety can't keep up with tight ends, that's a problem.
Yeah. I don't know. I know it might be recency bias, but I agree with the grade. I think it's an A-.
What?
I think the grade is right. The overall grade. I don't know if some of those individual grades.
I mean, it's like we got like C+ for taking an edge rusher in the 4th round. Like why? Like, how's that even like?
Well, it doesn't make any sense because if you average all those round grades, how do we get an A-?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, it makes no sense.
They must weight it heavily based on your earlier picks. So if we would have picked Spencer Rattler in the 3rd round, they would have given us an A. Is that how it works? A+? Yeah, I mean, it's just like, really, Spencer Rattler.
No, I mean, if you're looking at like Center, Hall, Benson, Bowers, even Kingsley. Not too sure about Solomon. Like I mean, if anything, he's going to provide depth. But is he going to be really better than Murphy? I don't know. Okay, I feel like Murphy just wasn't used enough last year.
Yeah, but your 4th round player is for depth. You want a guy to rotate in, right?
Yeah.
You're not drafting a 4th-round edge rusher expecting him to come in and lead your team in sacks.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like it's not a bad pick because we're just taking best available player for the most part, right? In all these rounds.
Essentially. Well, that and just defensive line depth.
I think if anything, maybe what we should have done was double dip at defensive tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can definitely see them taking 2 defensive interiors. So, like, say instead of we got Solomon, we did that. Was it Jackson, the other guy that we liked? Or were we looking at that Auburn guy too?
Yeah,
could have been him.
Yeah, we could have not taken the edge guy because we're so set on the edge. Bengals just have so many pass rushers; they don't need another pass rusher.
I'm just saying you could be right.
Stop ganging up on me, okay?
No,
Pro Football Focus's side.
I'm not. I'm just saying, our only other realistic option at that point would have been a defensive interior, right?
Yeah, or a corner. I mean,
maybe a corner, yeah. Or tight end. Oh wait, no. I keep, yeah. Sorry, I'm just not used to taking Bowers in the first. There thank you. Yeah, seeing that, but yeah, looking at Bowers, Kingsley, Benson, Hall, Zinter, I feel really, because to me those are all future starters.
You don't need a tight end, right?
Actually, I'll go even further than that. Well, minus Hall, like Benson, Kingsley, Bowers, Zinter could all be starters at the end by the end of the year, in my opinion.
Yep.
I'd be thrilled if we got Zinter in the 5th, which I think
he's gonna go in the
second day. Yeah.
Third.
Yeah, I would be shocked if he gets past the 3rd. And if he's there in the 4th and we don't take him, I'm gonna throw something at the TV. Because I can't imagine who we would pick over him in the 4th.
Well, here's the other thing. I don't think he gets anywhere near the 4th round because Jim Harbaugh probably knows more about him than anybody else.
Oh yeah,
I mean, he's gonna snag him, right? You know, because he probably knows more about the medical. He probably knows,
Yeah, I mean, just watching his film, I just remember thinking, like, why is this guy not a 1st-round pick? Like, he was destroying people, but then he broke his femur or whatever it was.
Right. So, like, if he's gonna be cleared medically, then I think the Chargers would take him way earlier than anybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't see him slipping past the 3rd round.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Unless he's like seriously hurt, in which case he won't even get drafted, right? If he's hurt so bad that he's not gonna be able to play, then nobody's gonna even draft him.
Has there not been any updates or anything?
I thought he was at the combine and doing interviews and walking around saying he was gonna be able to play. So, but you never know.
I mean, of course he's gonna be saying that. He wants to get drafted.
Oh, great.
Nah, because Zinter would be like the replacement for Kappa for sure. Like you let him be the depth swing guard for this year, or maybe he could even start over Volson by the end of the year.
I would expect him to start over Volson.
Right, and then next year he would just swing back to the right side, put Volson back in, and then we have a much cheaper, probably more effective offensive line. Because we'll have 3 out of the 5. I guess we're going to have to do something about center. I could see them taking a center at some point, too.
Yeah. Right, because if you draft a center, then you could kick starting center to guard, right?
Yeah.
So there's like a path for like a center to start this year if you draft them.
Well, I mean, if you get a center, like maybe mid or late rounds, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, if
but
you
I'm
expect
just
him to be
saying
a
that there's like
starter,
a
then
pathway for a center to start even this year.
yeah, for sure. I mean, that was the whole thing with Jackson Power Johnson's was that you either put him at guard for right now until next year, and then he could be your starting center next year.
Hmm.
But honestly, I would put him center now. Like, why wait? He just looked like a beast. Like,
Hmm.
looked like a bowling ball out there, just pushing people away.
Yeah, I like the guy from West Virginia.
Yeah, yeah. I think I've seen in some mocks where he's definitely a second round pick,
Hmm.
but I've seen where people picked him like at the end of the first, or maybe it was more like high second. I can't see some of these teams.
All right, we're rambling, man. You need to end this.
All right, all right, all right. Well, we are out of here. We got an A minus, our best mock draft so far. We're gonna get A+ next week because now we know we're just not gonna draft Trey Benson as much as we like him.
Wait, could I just change our grade to A+? Boop. Nope, didn't work.
Someone they thought of that already. All right, we're out.